name is Dorina Timble. Hold on, in case for some of you, that is my name. How amazing is that? The wonderful calligraphers did that for me. That is actually my name, and it looks better written in Chinese. Did you see that? Isn't that incredible? You can read that? Absolutely incredible. What? Dorina. Yes, it is. Very good. Thank you. Well, we are here for a historical event. We have invited all of you here for the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor, and we are creating history here in Simi Valley. You can clap now. So one of the things, let me just ask you all. Ne sik jamai.
Does anybody?
No? You guys don't know Cantonese? Where's my group? Well, anyway, I'd like to welcome you all, and we're going to get this party started by introducing our color guard from the Ronald Reagan Marine Corps League, number 597, presenting the colors.
Detail. Ted. Gary. Colors. Ready, two. Right, face. Forward, march. Left, left, right, left, 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 right, left, right. Mark, time, march, left, right, detail, halt, left, face. Present, colors.
Singing our national anthem, Betty Jean, Hannah Baker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Recover. Right, face. Forward, march. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right, left. Left, right, left. Left, right.
The Pledge of Allegiance will be by Councilman Peter Higgins.
Hand over heart. Veterans may render the hand salute. Please join me in renewing our Pledge of Allegiance to our great country. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Higgins. So our invocation will be from Douglas Bamforth. He's the post chaplain here in Simi Valley. Come on up.
O God, great and mighty Creator, we thank you and praise you for the freedom we enjoy in our country, and pray that our liberties will continue to be protected. Thank you for America's heroes that have fought for our freedoms and who have faithfully served our country. We honor all of our veterans for their sacrifices and for their courage and integrity. As we celebrate these freedoms, we ask your blessings on those veterans who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Bless their families and comfort them with thankful prayers for a grateful nation. We thank you for our veterans past and present, through our efforts of these individuals who help us to continue to promote justice in all nations and freedom in ours. Do not let us lose these freedoms through inept leadership, for it diminishes those sacrifices of those who went before us. In your name, our Heavenly Father, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, sir. So now, Grace Leo, if you'll come up and do some opening remarks for us, please.
I hope everybody found a seat. Be comfortable. I'm Grace Leo, the president of Ventura County Chinese American Association, as well as the World War II Congressional Gold Medal Southern California committee members. I'm really honored to be here today, and some of you, I talked to you on the telephone or register you on this Congressional Gold Medal project, and some of you, I get to know your family because you're from here. You used to live here. I felt like you're all just one of my dear friends. You are really touched my heart, and I see all your faces. What an honor to be able to see you and to be here to celebrate with you and your family. And it's deep down my heart, I really want to do that for you. And I hope you can enjoy the ceremony here. One thing I want to let you know that we want to do in Simi Valley because we have such a wonderful community. And as you notice, a lot of our community leaders are going to be here today and celebrate with you. They are with us, our Chinese community. They are here for us. We are whole. I learned that when I was in China. And we don't want to be just Chinese celebrate our own Chinese activities. We want to be able to tell people our culture, our wonderful future, and our wonderful, from the past. We want to share that with everyone in your community. So I'm glad that you're here. Thank you very much to be here.
Thank you, Grace. And I just wanted to add, as a wife of a veteran, I know that as you families, they couldn't do the work that they do without the support and love of all of their family members. So I want to give a round of applause for each and every one of the families that are here supporting their veterans. Because this is a historical event. And so each and every one of us are truly honored to be here in your presence. So we can't thank you enough for that. Now, we do have a list of dignitaries that are here with us today. Do we have a new list, or we are good with this? Okay. I see right across the room, I have our wonderful Mayor, Keith Mashburn. Round of applause for Keith Mashburn. We have City Councilman. Where is he? Okay. Mike Judge right over there. Round of applause. Is Elaine Litster here today? She's not here. Okay. Our CEO of the Simi Valley 5-Star Chamber of Commerce, Kathy Van Etten. She's a wonderful volunteer you saw when you came in. And where is our Planning Commissioner? Is Planning Commissioner John Tolson here? No, he's out there. Okay, thank you so much. And do we have Janice Parvin here? Okay, so once again, welcome to each and every one of you. At this time, we're going to ask Melanie Chan from the Chinese American Citizens Alliance, National President, to come on up.
Thank you. As the National President of the Chinese American Citizens Alliance, it is really my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you here to Simi Valley to honor our veterans and the families with the Congressional Gold Medal for honoring the World War II veterans. In 1895, a group of young Chinese American men formed the Chinese American Citizens Alliance, or the Alliance as it's known, and they were dedicated to the fundamentals of preserving civil rights and advocacy for all Chinese Americans. And throughout the history of the Alliance, the veterans and their stories have always held an area of great importance for us in our organization. In fact, after World War II, up to 40% of some of our chapters were composed of veterans who returned from the war. And many of our leadership, our past presidents, local chapter presidents, were veterans themselves. So it was kind of natural that this history of supporting the veterans and veterans issues, that we form the Chinese American World War II Recognition Project. And this project really sought to recognize those veterans, World War II, by preserving their stories, recognizing them with the Congressional Gold Medal. And so to make that come into effect, lots of members of us and members of our generals here walked the hill for many, many months, many, steps to really advocate our Congress members, for this medals. And it was pretty amazing that this was done quite quickly. And so this resulted in a bipartisan passage of the bill in 2018. And in 2020, Congress awarded the Congressional Gold Medal to the Chinese Americans of World War II. So the medal that you are going to be receiving today, it's really a symbol of what the veterans went through, their sacrifice, their heroism, their bravery, and their valor. And those stories should not be forgotten. These are the stories that really need to be told and needs to be out there. So I ask and encourage all of you that when you go home, that you take that medal and you display it with pride. And you show it to your grandchildren, your children, your family, your community, so that they understand, what role that we as Chinese Americans played in the fabric of building the United States that we all call home. And it's really so important that these stories are not forgotten, and you speak to these veterans and hear their stories through their voices, because it is through their voices that you can understand what they went through in their eyes. You can read about it in a book, but it's not the same as hearing about it. So please, talk to their families, and even though you hear these stories, document them, all right? These stories cannot be lost, because otherwise, it's been over 75 years since the end of World War II, and so, there is a little bit of a time clock here. So I think, we're all here, and I want to thank all of you as we are here to pay tribute to the veterans and their families. And I thank you for being part of this very historic and momentous occasion. And thank you again for being here to support our veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. She's absolutely amazing. Her passion for the Chinese community, just amazing. So thank you so much. All right. Now we are going to bring up our Congressman. Is Mark Garcia's office here? Okay. So the first person that we're going to bring up is Major General Suzanne Veras alum from the United States Army, retired. She's going to come up and share a little bit about herself with you all.
General.
Truly honored.
My honor. Aloha, I came all the way from Hawaii. Aloha and good afternoon to our distinguished community and government leaders, and of course our distinguished attendees today, our Chinese American World War II veterans, and all of your families. What an honor it is to be here. And it didn't take much for General Bob Lee, that you'll hear from in a little bit, to invite me to come, because he's really been a spearhead. I have to mention this, and I haven't said it much, but he has been amazing, bringing around general officers who are of Chinese ancestry You know, because we really stand on the shoulders of giants, and I've said this over and I'm going to say it again, the shoulders of giants, those who paved the way, those World War II veterans, yourselves, who have allowed somebody who looks like me to be standing here as a Major General retired. I just recently retired after 34 years serving in the military, in the Army, and my last assignment was U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, which was CINCPAC, where Admiral Nimitz was commander back then when you were serving during World War II. And I worked for Admiral Harris, who was first Asian American to be the commander where Admiral Nimitz stood. That we've come to this place in our nation's history because those who paved the way understood the fact that America is something that we all need to raise our right hands and fight for. This idea that's not based on race or ethnicity or our family lineage, it's based on a set of principles. Those principles of democracy, freedom, liberty, the beautiful singing that was this morning and this afternoon. Where is she? That's, oh yes. Everything she sang rang in all of our ears today to remind us why we do what we do and what you did. So we flew all the way from Hawaii to be part of this ceremony because it was so very special and we're so very grateful, all of the families who are here. And I know that in spirit, your veteran is with you. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of it. Aloha.
Thank you, General. She's inspirational to me. Talk about power, huh? All right. The next general, Major General Ted Wong, United States Army retired. Come on up, please, and share a few words with us.
Thank you, Dorian. So good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, it requires a reply. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I'll wake you up. Yes, it's an honor to be here to celebrate and recognize the legacy of service and sacrifice by our Chinese American World War II veterans. I'm a local boy. I grew up in Southern California, Orange County, and was convinced by my dad to join the Army because he wasn't going to pay for my dental school, so I went to the Army to try and fund my education. But it worked out phenomenally. Instead of coming back here to be the dentist for the stars, I ended up being a dentist taking care of America's sons and daughters, the men and women who wear our nation's cloth. And I found that so rewarding that I stayed 30 years doing it, and wouldn't trade that time for the world. And when I think back on it, I couldn't have done it without those veterans, those great American patriots who served during World War II, who answered the call to duty in spite of all the challenges of discrimination and prejudice. And they set that all aside and served with honor. And I like to think it's because of the Chinese upbringing, where you inculcate those values of serving a greater good, serving with honor, have that perseverance and grit to do your best at all times. And again, I wouldn't be here had they not done such a fabulous job. And it took no convincing on General Bob's part to allow me to participate somehow and pay back all that they have contributed to all of us. So this is phenomenal. One personal reward is actually meeting living veterans and their family members. It's like you're touching history when I hear the stories of what they did. So these are stories of, again, courage and service that must be honored, remembered, and retold. And I think that's, as the family members and friends, that's your jobs. Keep those stories going, because we learn so much from that. So great to be here, glad to be here, and look forward to awarding some medals.
Yes, you do. Thank you, General. It is so incredible to be surrounded by so many patriots. I keep hearing that word, the love for this country, the love for its people, its citizens. It's just absolutely humbling. So I just can't thank you enough. And now we're going to ask General Robert Lee to come on up.
Good afternoon and aloha. Greeting from the islands. It's certainly my honor on behalf of my colleagues to be with you today on this momentous occasion of the award of the Congressional Gold Medal. This is a rare award, especially to our World War II veterans and the family members. For the youngsters in the audience, you will probably never in your lifetime witness another award of the Congressional Gold Medal. So a little bit about myself. I grew up as an infantry officer following Vietnam. The Army was not a good place to be, so I just wanted to serve my 6-year obligation and leave, and just do my tour. But little did I know how lucky I was to be assigned to the most decorated infantry regiment in the United States Army. So I was assigned to the 100th Battalion, 442nd Infantry Regiment, a group of segregated Japanese Americans whose families served in internment camps throughout California and elsewhere, that they had to fight and die to prove that they were Americans. And I had a lot of sergeants, veterans of World War II, training me and telling this lieutenant how to be a proper officer in the United States Army. So I was so lucky to have that mentorship through my early years, and because of that, I kind of hung around and stuck around. So I'm not the prettiest, but I am the oldest retired general officer. And then during World War II, my father was, and with 10,000 of his co-workers, were in a special category, and they were not allowed to join the military. You see, on December 7th, 1941, when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, my father and 10,000 other colleagues were employed and working at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. The admiral says, none of you guys are going to join the military because I need you to fix all the ships that are sunk and send them back to fight the Japanese Imperial Navy. So before the end of World War II, 18 out of the 21 major ships, the battleships and cruisers that were sunk by the attack on December 7, 1941, 18 of them were returned to service and saw that Japan surrendered in September 1945. So I just kind of look back at this Congressional Gold Medal presentation. I was involved in getting the Congressional Gold Medal for my fellow World War II soldiers in the 442nd Infantry Regiment. And so when CACA somehow found me and called me, I said, of course, I've got to do this for the Chinese American World War II veterans, and certainly very well worth doing. And congratulations to the Chinese American veterans of World War II.
Thank you, General. Absolutely inspiring, and I think I told you this earlier this morning. What's humbling is when I read your biography or your little overview about you, I was just amazed at how much you do for our youth, and that is something I'm extremely passionate about, working with those youth that are having academic challenges, and you are supportive. I know you're a mentor to them and a mentor to so many, so God bless you, and thank you so much for that. As you can see how passionate these generals are about doing what they do, how much they love doing what they do. So I can't thank you enough for that. Now we're going to have our very own Mayor, Keith Mashburn, come up and say a few words. Thanks.
Thank you. Welcome everyone to beautiful Simi Valley. I hope you noticed we share the same sunshine. In fact, I think we pushed a little bit out over there to Hawaii. On top of that, we share the same ocean. Right? So we're just like Hawaii. You can tell I'm a politician already. I'm a little concerned. I've been fooled by Dorena because earlier this morning we did this, and I followed the general and then the congressman. And then comes the mayor. Proper order, but boy, big feet, big shoes to fill. I like to give a little bit of a disclaimer about myself. I never served in the military. My father did, my brother did, and I'm of Vietnam era, and welcome home, sir. And my father taught me that you never miss an opportunity to say thank you to a veteran. And there would be bad consequences to pay if I ever did do that. So with that, I have to make sure, even though he's been gone for some time, I don't want any earthquakes out here. So thank you so much for your service, and thank you to the families, because I know, having been a 30-some year firefighter, that the family goes through the time just every bit as much, maybe more, as the actual person that's involved or enlisted. So with that, thank you so much to the families. So my job, as I see it, is to welcome you to Simi Valley. And you're probably going, why Simi Valley? Why did this great event take place here in Simi Valley? I think it's because we are a unique community. And when I say community, I use that word an awful lot, because we are a strong community of many races, many backgrounds, and we don't let those races and background in any way affect the way we live together in this city. We are all one, working for a common goal. Yes, there's history that isn't something that everyone can be the most proud of. However, it's an opportunity to learn, work together side by side, and make corrections so we don't see that in the future. I would like to share with you that on Veterans Day, I was at an event up at the Reagan Library, and I listened to the words of Condoleezza Rice. And she pointed out something that maybe we don't think about often enough, and that is the value of a museum like this, a value of a museum or library like the Reagan Library. And she went on to explain what the value is. She's a professor now, and she says, all of a sudden I realize that my students have no idea what 911 is. They have no idea what the Vietnam War was about. They also have no idea what the Berlin Wall did to Europe. And so she says that we're leaving a path that quality students can follow to learn about the past and keep this tradition of making things better, united as a community. And so that's what I see that you're doing here today. Now, I do have to say, it may have been Grace, I'm not sure. How in the heck did somebody get this put through Washington in 2 years? I mean, has anybody ever tried to get something done in Washington? It's just not going to happen. Heck, we wouldn't even do it in 2 years in city government. So someone here has a lot of pull and tenacity, and I appreciate that. So you're leaving the path to teach future generations what you went through, what your family went through, and the corrections we need to make. And our city is incredibly thankful to you for what you've done. And I also have to introduce my colleague, Mike Judge, back there, who is a veteran. Mike, would you stand up? And with that, I'll turn it back over to Dorena, and no more tricks.
No more tricks.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you so much for being here and participating in this wonderful historical ceremony. General Bob, come on up. He's going to do a wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much, Dorena, and thank you for your kind words, Mayor. And it sort of jogged my memory about the presentations and achieving the Congressional Gold Medal for Chinese American World War II veterans. It's true what he said about achieving this in one session of Congress. A session in Congress is 2 years. I know of many Congressional Gold Medal awards that have taken 2, 3, 4 sessions of Congress. So just multiply that by 4 years, 6 years, and 8 years. But we had to rush because our World War II living veterans were not getting younger. And unfortunately, COVID came and put a halt to the distribution of the Congressional Gold Medal. So we'll soon get to the presentations, but I need to do a little explanation. I'm truly honored to be the chairman of the design committee, that after the passage of the Congressional Gold Medal, what is it going to be like? So myself and my team, members of all of the armed forces, and to include a female, met with the Mint, and this is what we asked them to do. What was unique to the Chinese American World War II veterans. Unlike other minorities, you did not serve in segregated units. You served in every branch of the armed forces, to include the Merchant Marine. And we're glad to know that we have a Merchant Marine World War II veteran in our midst today. So on the front of your medal, you will see representatives in their World War II era uniforms of all of the military services, to include the Merchant Marines. During World War II, Chinese American women served with distinction also. Although not many, they served in the United States Army, the Army Air Force, and the Navy. The common occupation was a nurse. But unlike other issues of the Congressional Gold Medal by other minority groups, we didn't screw up and leave out the women in ours. So that's why you have a nurse in the front of the Congressional Gold Medal. Due to the Chinese Exclusion Act and the prejudice ongoing in that time, out of the 20,000 Chinese American World War II veterans that served, 40% of you were not American citizens. You were not allowed to become citizens. But yet you could be drafted, and many of you volunteered because you said this country was worth fighting for, and you signed up. So that's why it's really important. On the front of the medal, of your medal, it says proudly serving as Americans. Whether you were a citizen or not, you were an American soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Coast Guardsman, and Merchant Marine. In the back, the reverse side of your medal, we wanted to tell the public that Chinese American World War II veterans served in every campaign, every theater, and fought on land, sea, and air. So that's why you have the iconic World War II Sherman tank representing all the ground fighting forces. Then for the Air Forces, we have the famous Flying Tiger, P-40. And for those of you that served in the maritime domain, we have the World War II battleship USS Missouri, BB-63, where Japan surrendered in September 1945. So what is really historical in achieving this, I believe, is the path that you paved for all of us that served following your footsteps. And I know General Suzy talked about, absolutely we're grateful to allow succeeding generations of Chinese Americans to rise to the highest ranks in the United States military. But I think more important, what you did with your patriotism and your devotion to duty is that you showed the American War Department back then, today the Department of Defense, but the War Department back then, that, hey, Chinese Americans served in non-segregated units. They did absolutely well. And I'm going to point out a couple of them after my talk, that you served absolutely well, and so also did the segregated units under trying conditions. So maybe it's not a good idea to have the armed forces of the United States segregated for future fights. And what you did in less than 3 years, President Truman abolished segregation in the armed forces of the United States. So thank you very much. So before handing out the Congressional Gold Medals, we need to recognize, I know there's one on the docket, but I'm going to do two to surprise some people. And that that was the time that Chinese American World War II veterans, and really any Asian World War II veteran, conditions were such that your unit didn't nominate you for combat awards. And as you submitted your applications for the Congressional Gold Medal, a couple of us, Bill Chen in Boston and myself, we were able to read your one-page discharge paper, and we knew where you fought and how you fought. That under regulations that go all the way back to World War II, you should have had a combat award. So I'm honored today to recognize the first one with a Bronze Star Medal for combat in World War II. And if I could call the family of George O. Suhu. Kathy Tom, forward. And can my colleagues and generals join me? And it's always good, especially with your grandson, okay, to understand what Grandpa did during World War II and how he earned this award. So attention to orders. The Bronze Star Medal is awarded to Technical Sergeant 5, George Suhu, Service Company, 160th Infantry Regiment, for meritorious achievement in active ground combat against the enemy on January 11, 1945, while serving with the 40th Infantry Division in the Philippines. Technical Sergeant 5 Suhu's exemplary performance of duty in active ground combat was in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflects great credit upon himself, his unit, and the Army of the United States. Signed, Ryan D. McCarthy, Secretary of the Army. A little bit of information to put this in context. The 40th Infantry Division still exists today as part of the California Army National Guard. His regiment, the 160th Infantry Regiment, still exists today. And so for Technical Sergeant 5 George Suhu, he started fighting with his unit in New Guinea. And then following the successful campaign in the Solomons, then they went to Leyte Gulf and liberated the Philippines. So congratulations to the family of Technical Sergeant George Suhu.
No, not that. Okay.
Oh, we're happy the Army is able to make it right.
Thank you so much.
Give you this package. What was nice was that the Army not only sent the Bronze Star Medal that I requested, but sent the rest of the medals that Sergeant Suhu earned for his World War II tour. You should be proud of your grandma.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you.
Quite done. I'm sorry. This is the surprise. And our co-hosts, Grace and Ricky Leo, asked me to kind of check into what his grandfather and father did. Because like many of you and the World War II veterans that I know never talked about what they did during World War II. Kept it a secret. It was their phase in life that they would rather forget because they went through some challenging times. So this was a case where Ricky's grandfather and father served in World War II at the same time but different theaters. So Ricky's grandfather, Jack Wei Len, of which his Congressional Gold Medal was received in Oakland earlier this year, was a member of the Merchant Marines. Now, in my check on the history, I don't know the exact ship that he served in, but kind of true to form for Chinese Americans, he started in the Merchant Marine as a second-class cook, quickly rose to first-class cook, and then chief cook in the Merchant Marines. It's starting in 1943 and left service in 1947. And as I talked to the World War II veteran, also the Merchant Marine, in the beginning part of World War II, we're talking end of 43, 1942, and he started in 43, it was really perilous to be a member of the Merchant Marines. Pretty much history hasn't changed. 90% of today's commerce flows on ships. Back then in World War II, it was 99.9%. So they really depended on the transports. However, we pumped out so many transports that not all transport convoys to Europe or the Pacific had the luxury of destroyer escorts to protect them from submarines. A lot of the Merchant Marines vessels early on, they just left on their own. So if they got sunk, nobody would rescue them. That was how perilous being a member of the Merchant Marine was in early World War II. So hats off to your grandfather, Ricky, for doing this. But the real surprise, you asked me to check on your dad, Tin Louis Guan, and he received the Congressional Gold Medal for his dad this morning. But I asked him, and I said, nope, Dad never talked about his World War II service. So here goes. He served in the 20th Armored Infantry Battalion as part of the 10th Armored Division. And that unit was part of General Patch's 7th Army that pushed the Germans into surrendering. And his route was Southern Europe. And as an Army guy that kind of knows the history, General Patton hogged all the media attention. So everybody knew about General Patton racing across Europe, but General Patch and the 7th Army was just as successful in the Southern Europe. And your dad came kind of late to the war. I mean, he joined up in late 1944, but really didn't get to the European theater until 1945, January 1945. Lucky for that, because what the 10th Armored Division is known for, in December, during the Battle of the Bulge, your dad's unit was surrounded by the Germans. And this is the part that's famous in Army history. The Germans told the Americans to surrender. You're surrounded. The commanding general of the 10th Armored Division replied, nuts. So that's the famous part, but your dad kind of missed that. And got assigned to the 10th Armored Division, also like his grandfather, or his father, as a cook in an armored division. Well, in the Army, especially during World War II, I don't care what you are, a clerk or a cook, everybody fights. And that's what your dad did. So in just a short period, so he joins this outfit, the 10th Armored Division, 20th Infantry Battalion, and the war ends at the end of April. And along the way in the fighting, and I will send you all the German towns that the 10th Armored Division captured along the way. I think it's worth a trip to Europe. Wow. And but the important part is that in April 1945, Ricky's dad was involved in a fight. Here we are, close to the end of World War II, but we don't have instant communications today. So his unit was pinned down, and Ricky's dad saved his fellow soldier, the wounded soldier, by carrying him 500 yards to safety. Well, what's 500 yards? It's 5 football fields. If you can imagine 5 football fields carrying a wounded soldier to safety. And I talked about earlier that most Chinese Americans and Asians were not nominated for a combat award, but your dad impressed his commanders so that he was awarded the Silver Star in theater. And but the date of the Silver Star is interesting because it's July 1945, after the war is over, but your dad served in occupation duty in Germany. But they thought so highly of your dad, they made sure that the award went through. So he wasn't one of those forgotten folks. So congratulations for your dad and your grandfather. Do the first one for the
Whew, you become crybabies up here. Wow, that was powerful. Thank you. In fact, Filipino award to your grandfather was amazing because my husband's Filipino. So that just was absolutely incredible. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this. It's just absolutely incredible. So we are going to ask for the living Congressional Gold Medal honorees to come up. And the first one is Louis E. Moore, Jr.
Okay,
Come
I'm
on
going
up.
to do this one only because I presented Mr. Moore his Congressional Gold Medal virtually on Veterans Day. So I thought I'd close it off by giving him his actual medal. Corporal Staff Sergeant Louis Moore served in the Army Air Force, the duty in England, France, and Germany before coming home. But what he's really noted for is his love story and his book about his wife, Nellie Maeda Moore.
Thank you.
Closer to the center. There we go. Thank you very much.
By the way, the title of my book is Eternal Love. It's sold out at Amazon 4 times. And I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Moore, this just proves it's never too old to be an author. And he wrote this, unfortunately, after the passing of his wife. And I'm sure she's here today.
Yes, she is always with me. Always. Thank you.
Our next veteran that is here with us with the U.S. Army Air Force, Sing Lei Lu. Sing Lei Lu is accompanied by his wife, Miss Sing Lei Lu.
Smile, Dad. Smile. Oh, nice smile. Perfect.
Philippines and Guam.
Philippines and Guam. And you know the fighting in the Pacific was pretty fierce. So we're so very proud of you.
Thank you. It's the honor to serve the United States Army.
It's our honor as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now we have living veteran Theodore M. Tang. Theodore himself is here with his daughter Theo. Come on up, please.
Congratulations.
Oh, is that his picture?
Is that it? Merchant Marine, all right. You look the same.
Oh,
haven't changed.
No
change. Well, hold that up, and then hold this too. That's you.
What? 1942.
42.
Tough years for the
You look good.
destroy us.
You look really good.
Thank you, sir.
He's another one that said.
I'm Ted, too. I'm Ted. Just like you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, our next group is for our veterans. We have our veteran is James S. Yip and his widow and his son, Jeffrey S. Yip, and his wife, Doris are here. Come on up.
Nice picture. Army Air Force.
Army Air Force.
Yeah, nice picture.
Can you hold the picture up a little bit, and we can see his name?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have veteran Poi Tsi Jung, and accepting the award is his wife, Linda Jung.
Congratulations. It's been an honor to meet you. Hi.
Yeah, we'll take a picture.
Hold it together.
I don't want to trip over each other.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor for you and wonderful picture. Thank you so much. I'll go further. It's for you.
Thank you, Ms. Jung.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your effort.
Next, we have veteran Donald Feng Ji Zhu, and accepting the award is Donna Zhu, his widow. Come on up, please.
Nice picture, nice picture.
Nice uniform. Did you like him because his uniform?
If you say so.
If I say so.
Thank you, Ms. June.
Hi, Donna.
Our next veteran is Robert Shun Jr., and accepting his award is his wife, Dorothy Shun, his daughter, Janice Shun Wang. Come on up, please. So our next veteran is David L. Chung. Accepting his award is his daughter Candace D. Yip and Douglas Yip and his grandson.
Can you hold up a little bit?
A little higher.
Yes,
Wonderful
please.
picture.
Okay.
What an honor.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Great picture.
Thank you, Ms. Chung. Thank you, Yip family. Our next veteran is Bill Gong Lee. Accepting his award are his sons Roger Lee and Andrew Lee. Thank you to the Lee family. Our next veteran is Kum Fong Young, and accepting his award is his daughter Joanne Young.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Young. Our next veteran is Michael Bo Laumar. Accepting his award is his daughter Cindy Yee. Thank you, Mrs. Yee. Next veteran is Sam Kwang Wang. Accepting is his daughter Edith Carol Wang.
Marine, all right.
Thank you, Mrs. Wong.
He's a captain.
Next veteran is Moy King Ming. Accepting his award is his son, Jing Moy.
Would you present your award? Gwen?
Yeah, no, it's my dad.
Your dad.
Thank you, Mr. Moy. Next veteran is Yit S. Ju. Accepting the award is son Henson Ju and daughter Jae Moon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ju and Mrs. Moon. Our next veteran is Wei Tan Ju, and accepting the award is his son Thomas S. Ju.
Yeah.
Grab this with your right left.
Can you move it up a little bit higher?
The picture.
And yeah, the picture a little bit higher. No, yeah, a little bit closer, gently. Thanks. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Ju. Next, we have veteran Sik Kun Hung. Accepting the award is Elizabeth Hung. Thank you, Mrs. Hung. The next veteran is Kwan Hing Lo. Accepting the award is his son, Kenneth Lo. Thank you, Mr. Lo. The next veteran is Dewey Kwok Kung Lo, and accepting the award is his son Raymond Lo. Thank you, Mr. Lo. The next veteran is Yok F. Moy, aka George Moy. Accepting is his grandson, Leonard Wong.
We gotta get a picture again.
Mr. Wong, make sure, don't go anywhere because you are also accepting the award for Wayne Wong, aka Wong Hung Wei. Double whammy for you there, sir. Thank you. Father.
A double, yes. Twofer.
Okay, this way.
Thank you, Mr. Wong. Next veteran is James Fong. Accepting the award is his son, John Fong. Thank you, Mr. Fong. Next we have veteran is Richard Charles Leong. Accepting the award is his grandson, Randall J. Leong.
Hey, Randall, hope you're proud of your grandpa, huh?
Yeah, I gotta show the picture.
All right. Nice picture.
Thank you, Mr. Leong. Next we have veteran Jim Ning Wong. Accepting as his daughter, Judy Wong. And his son, Richard Wong. Thank you.
Nice picture, nice picture.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Wong family.
Is that in the National Tribute book, the page?
The next veteran we have is Peter F. Suhu Jr. Accepting the award is his daughter Karen Suhu Bryant.
It's like a family reunion.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Bryant. Okay, we have veteran Grover Leung Sam. Accepting the award is his daughter Rhonda Sam Long. Let's give another round of applause. Oh, do we have one more? We have one more. We're not going anywhere. You guys get to hang out with me a little bit more. Hold on. We have veteran Tom Jing. Accepting the award is Yu Ching Hom, his widow, and his daughter Doreen. Come on up. Another round of applause for the Jing family. Okay. Veteran is George Hing Long, and accepting his award is his son Gary S.Y. Long and his grandson Brandon Long. Come on up. Is his grandson here? Is he on the other side? Here he comes, right in this. Is that in the center? Oh. There's Harrison and Brandon Long. Congratulations, folks. Come on up. And Trenton. Come up, Trenton.
Congratulations.
I love this.
Can you move over to left a little?
To the left now. Harrison comes in. Where's Harrison? Can you come, Harrison?
Come on, Harrison. Oh, there you are, Harrison. I was calling you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Long family. Let me confirm. Do we have any more Congressional Gold Medals of Honor? Oh. Guess what? We're going to do one more. We're going to do... Mr. Ricky Leo, can you please come up and accept the award on behalf of your incredible father? You don't have...
Can we have all three generals?
Yes, about 3 generals. So, as I explained, he didn't know the history. Just amazing to have a Silver Star recipient, not retroactive, but awarded in here. Congratulations.
And this is on behalf of Leo Kim Kine.
Thank you.
Now, what an incredible day it's been to be able to spend with so many heroes in this room. I think that we can all say that we are so grateful that you are here with us, that you have your families here to support you, our wonderful generals, this wonderful community that comes here and just has done something historical. What a true honor it is. And now we're going to ask the President, Grace Leo, to come on up and give us some closing remarks.
Before our closing remark, we have some very, very special gift to this museum. So we like to have, it's a surprise, and all three generals can come in and present them. And so yes, National President Melanie.
Sir, thank thank you for hosting us today, morning and afternoon. And we'd like you to have this moment of this occasion, historic occasion, the award of a very rare Congressional Gold Medal in your museum for display. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks to the latest generation. We're all here today because they did an incredible job in World War II. And I thank them every day, and I tell people every day, you know, all the young kids that come in here about patriotism and about what veterans have done. And I really appreciate this award.
We also have another surprise for you. Because you're such a gracious host, we're the member of the Congressional Gold Medal Committee. We'd like to present this donation to your museum and this book for fighting for the dream for the Chinese American soldier and the veterans. We'd like to accept this, and we're willing to give it to you.
Well, thank you so much, and I will put this with this medal, with this book, in a nice, safe place in this museum. I really appreciate everybody, and thank you for the donations. That's how we stay afloat. We don't get anything from the government or anything like that. This is just a hands-on museum, and everything you see in this museum is being donated by veterans. Thank you so much.
They want a picture, so.
I also have some really special gift for someone that is taking all the time to come to this wonderful city of Simi Valley. And we want to give some special gift they can take back to their home and display it and remember us and the wonderful, important event they have assisting us to conduct here. And we have the calligraphy for each one of the general. Wow. And their Chinese name. So the first one that we have, I wonder if they can read their own Chinese name. Does anybody remember this Chinese name? Melanie. This one is not for the general, actually. This is for our national president, Melody Chan. We had to give Dorina a Cantonese lesson the night before this event. We thought that we'll give her a couple of drinks. She'll remember all the Chinese names.
That was not good today.
So, thank you very much, Melanie.
Thank you.
Can the general come take a picture with us? We all really appreciate all the things they do for us. Okay. You can stay. I'll stay.
You want to give these to the wonderful, I can pretend I'm one of them but then somebody can read it and then it won't work.
Okay. Who do you think the next one is? This is for
very pretty. Oh, it's yours.
This one for General Susanna Lam. I know you go up and down. You'll get your exercise for the day. Got it? Thank you so much. Okay. I think this one, I hope he can read it. He's the one who spent all night teaching us Chinese lesson.
I hope we should be proud of that one.
Is it yours? Jenna Wong. Next time you guys come back, I hope that you know how to write your name in Chinese.
Big ass.
So by default, but I recognize my name.
Oh, you did really well.
You knew.
Joe Robert. All right.
This is so nice.
I hope you guys can go home, remember our wonderful city, and all the wonderful people that was here today. Remember all the veterans, what they meant to you and what you meant for them. Thank you very much. The certificate. Oh, all right. So as you know, during the day, we have House of Representatives that was here, and we have Congress office that was here. We have certificates for some of the veterans before, depends where they live in the district they're in. So please go check out the table and pick up your certificate before you go home tonight. And we're gonna have a closing, the benediction from the gentleman.
My name is
Come on in.
Oh, I love that.
You get the mic, buddy.
You can say your name again.
Okay.
Okay, introduce yourself.
My name is, I'm Cadet Staff Sergeant Crane from Royal High School's ROTC program. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather here today to honor these veterans and their valiance that they have done to protect our country and protect our freedoms and rights. Please help us to have a peaceful day today. Bless the families and our leaders and our country. And we especially bless these families, that they may feel the gratefulness we have for their veterans. Thank you for all that they have done for us. And in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
How courageous was that? That was hard. Thank you so much. Now I believe.
We're gonna have family photo with all the general.
Then you didn't need the microphone, did you? She's wonderful. Once again, I can't thank you enough to each and every family member that came out and supported their veteran. We honor you. We are grateful for you. We can't thank you enough. May God continue to bless you. Our generals that came out to be here for this incredible ceremony, we can't thank you enough. Those that came from Hawaii, those that came from Long Beach, we are grateful for your time and your presence. All our dignitaries that were here, our city officials, the Leo family, that it couldn't happen without you. All the, obviously, we're here in this wonderful museum. We can't thank you for your graciousness and hospitality. And once again, may God continue to bless you all. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.